As a macroeconomist, I will consider youth unemployment as a whole.
First thing to observe, the national unemployment rate in Canada has increased by 2 points in the last 30 months, going from 5 to 7%, due first to high interest rates and then to greater trade uncertainty. The hiring rate has slowed down and many workers have been hurt. Focusing on the youth labor force, there are 4 questions to ask. 1, by how much its unemployment rate has increased. 2, by how much this increase has exceeded that of the unemployment rate of mature adults. 3, how much higher than in the past the success of youth unemployment has been. And 4th, why so? I will offer answers to these 4 questions tour à tour. Entre l'été 2000...
Between the summer of 2023 and the summer of 2025, the unemployment rate for mature adults increased by 1.2 points. Meanwhile, the rate for 15 to 24-year-olds gained 4 points. That is 3.5 times more. There's nothing new about this trend when hiring slows down. That's always the case. Youth unemployment always increases more than that of adults who are mature. The labor force always follows the rule of last in, first out.
But is this time different? Is the 2023-25 magnification factor of 3.5 times for the increase in youth unemployment worse than in earlier job setbacks? Definitely yes. Checking on this with Statistics Canada data, in the 40 years from 1976 to 2015, the magnification factor for youth unemployment was a modest 1.2 times the mature adult rate on average. But then in the last 10 years, from 2016 to 25, this factor has risen to 2.6 times on average and has included the above-mentioned shoot up to 3.5 in the last 2 years. So why has the spillover of the job decline of the youth on the youth unemployment rate been so large since 2016? The most likely cause is the explosion of immigration to Canada, especially since 2022. Each year, about 3/4 of any new cohort of immigrants enlarges the pool of people who are looking for a first or a second job. In recent years, the huge increase in immigration has blown up the total number of new workers that compete for entry in the labor force and that are the most vulnerable to rising unemployment whenever the economy slows down. In the labor force in 2016, there were about 25 new mature immigrants for every 100 youths. But by 2025, the ratio had gone up from 25 to 70 new mature immigrants per 100 youths. The inevitable consequence has been, this is a story about supply and demand. The inevitable consequence has been that the unemployment rates of both groups have increased sharply to nearly 12% for new immigrants and 15% for youth, respectively, in recent months. In other words, it is the open door immigration policy enforced during 2016 to 24 that has made both the new immigrants and the young natives suffer from sky-high unemployment rates as soon as jobs have become scarcer.